Okay, I'm sorry the video got cut off halfway because there's not enough memory. So we are at 8.4 graphs of trigo functions. We have covered sine, cosine, tangent. We have covered amplitudes. Now we are at period, right? Period for sine, I mentioned already 360. For cosine, I think I ended somewhere here. Okay, one cycle of cosine looks like this. 2 cycle of cosine looks like this. 3 cycle of cosine looks like this. 4 cycle of cosine looks like this. The pattern will go on and on and on. Okay, so if period is defined by the distance required to complete one cycle. So I look at my diagram over here. This is one cycle. Down, up. I look at the distance. Oh, it's 360 degree. That's why period 360 degree. Okay, now let's move on. Look at tangent graph. Y equals to tangent x. What is the period? Let's see. When will the pattern repeat itself? I have the midline, right? Okay, for this maybe I'll draw a midline, will be clearer. Okay, so my tangent graph goes up, then there's an asymptote, then tangent graph goes up again, there's another asymptote, tangent graph goes up again, asymptote, tangent graph goes up again, asymptote. I can go on and on and on. But can you tell me, or can you see what is the pattern actually? Okay, can you see the pattern? You go carry on. Can you see the pattern? How will one cycle look like? How does one cycle look like? If you can see the pattern, this is one cycle. Can you see that? One cycle. So many cycles here. Okay, the different cycles. 1 cycle, 2 cycle, 3 cycle, 4 cycle, 5 cycles. I've drawn 5 cycles. So this pattern, right? Let's locate in this graph. Okay, it's similar to this pattern, right? So let's measure what is this distance, because we are talking about the period, right? What is 270 minus 90? Good. It's 180. And that's why the period is 180. Okay? If you are still not sure, please rewatch the video, because amplitude and period is an important aspect to draw the trigo graph. Okay, another way for you to learn and understand is, remember we downloaded the app called Desmos. Okay, can you recall we downloaded the app Desmos? Is there an S? Yeah. Okay, where you can use it to draw graphs. Okay, so I'll show you one example here. Okay, there's a very bad reflection. Alright, using Desmos, I can study the different graph. Okay, this is quite bad. Let me try to zoom out. Okay, let's look at this graph. Yeah, this is the sine graph. Y equals to sine x. Can you see in red color? Now let's close the sine graph. Let's see the cosine graph. Okay, let's close the cosine graph. Let's see the tangent graph. Alright, so you can use the Desmos app, right, to learn about the trigo graph. And later on the next page, we can also make use of Desmos app to learn how the graph will transform. Let's take a look at the next page. Okay, the next page we are talking about 8.5, further trigo graphs. Given, okay, further trigo graph, that means it will no longer be simply y equals sine x. Okay, earlier on we learned y equals sine x. Very simple. Y equals to cosine x. Y equals tangent x. But now, in front of the sine, there's an alphabet. In between the sine and x, there's another alphabet. After that, you add another alphabet, C. Okay, so we have all these that you need to take note of. A, B, and C. A, which means the amplitude. So the value of A can change how high the graph go, because A represents the amplitude. Earlier on, the amplitude is 1. If you can recall, the sine graph and cosine graph, the amplitude is 1. So now the new amplitude is A. And what does this B do to the graph? The B represents the number of cycles. Oh, okay, it's different from period. Period is the distance of one cycle, but B represents the number of cycles. Number of cycles. So what does C means? C, I will just ignore for now. C just means the entire graph. If it's a positive number for C, means the graph will shift up by C units. If C is a negative number, that means the entire graph will shift down by C units. Okay? So the rest, period, will be 360 divided by B. This will tell me the number, the period, because B is number of cycles, right? Yeah, so 360 divided by number of cycles will tell me the length of one cycle. Okay, which is the period. Maximum value, you can use this formula, or you can just read off from the graph. Read off from the graph. A plus C or negative A plus C, because A is actually the amplitude. Okay, let's try to do the questions over here. Sketch the following graphs for values of x from 0 degree to 360 degree. State the amplitude and period for each graph. Since they asked me to sketch from 0 to 360, let's draw the template first. Okay, I draw in pen, but please, for you, please draw in pencil. Okay, I draw in pen so that it's darker in color. You can see clearer. Draw the axis first. I know the graph will look like this because they asked me to draw from 0 to 360. Okay, so I draw the template first, the axis first. Okay, 0 to 360. You should know how the graph will look like from the previous page, roughly. I need to draw multiples of 90. 90, 180, 270, 360. Similarly for this, let's mark down. It's 180. This is sketch, not plot. 90, 180, 270. Why do I mark down 90, 180, 270, 360? Because if you can recall from the previous page, these numbers 90, 180, 270, 360 from the previous page is where the graph actually intersect the x-axis, or where it turns. Can you recall? 90, 180, 270, 360, 90, 180, 270, 360, 90, 180, 270, 360. Okay? So I draw this first. Now, sketch the graph. Oh, look at these. the amplitude is 3. Can you see? A is 3. So I've actually answered one question. I write down. Amplitude is 3. Period. What is a period? Oh, period. Let's go back to the top. Period is 360 divided by B. 360 divided by B. What is B? B is the number in between sine and x, right? B is 1. So 360 divided by 1, the period is 360. Oh, so it just means that there is only one cycle. Wrong spelling. One cycle in 360. Okay, isn't it quite easy to draw? One cycle in 360 and the amplitude is 3. If I go up as high as 3, that means I will go as low as -3, right? Oh, sorry. If I go as high as 3, that means I'll go as low as -3. And let's recall, how does a sine graph look like? The general shape of a sine graph: up, down, up. You start from the midline. So I'll do the same thing. I will see one cycle, so can you gauge one cycle? Up, down, up. Exactly one cycle. And where is the highest point? At 90, because you see half a cycle will reach 180. So the highest point should be 90. Similarly, the other half of the cycle, the lowest point is 270. Let's draw. Okay, that's a rough sketch. You have the sine graph. Okay, although not very well done. Okay, although the question didn't really ask, but can we attempt to solve this? What is the maximum value? Let's try. Maximum value from the graph is 3. The question say, the top it says A plus C, right? A is 3, C is 0, plus 0. So maximum value is 3, 3 plus 0. Minimum value is -3. Okay? So let's proceed on to tangent graph. Tangent graph. Okay, let's test. Let me test you. What's the amplitude of tangent graph? If you tell me infinity, amplitude is actually undefined. Amplitude is undefined, period. For period, I have to think about it. Tangent graph is not as easy. Tangent graph, I think it's not specific here. Come, let's go back to the top. For this, period equal 360 divided by B only applies for this, only applies for sine and cosine. For tangent, period equals to 180 divided by B. Can you please copy down? For tangent, period equals to 180 divided by B. Okay, thank you. So let's look at the next question. Let me copy this down here. Y equals to 2 tangent x plus 3. Let me complete my graph, y and x. So from here I can see that my A is 2, my B is 1, my C is 3. A is 2, B is 1, C is 3. Okay, so period. I mentioned earlier is 180 divided by B, right? So 180 divided by 1, period is 180. Is there any maximum value or minimum value for a tangent graph? The answer is no, because the graph will go to infinity, right? So, but can you recall in the previous page, that there will be asymptotes for tangent graph. The asymptotes are actually at 90 degree. If you cannot recall, let's look at it again. Asymptotes. Asymptote, that means untouchable lines. Okay, at 90 and 270. So let's draw them. Dotted lines, 90 and 270. Can we start drawing a tangent graph? Yes or no? No, because the difference is this 2 is useless. It's not useful at all. Okay, because we don't have amplitude for tangent graph. This 2 is not useful. We can only use this plus 3. That means the midline will be shifted up to 3. Okay, this question is challenging. The midline will shift up by 3 units. So this is 3. So how will the graph look like? The graph will look like this. Okay? And the graph will look like this. And mark out this point, 360, the graph will look like this. They asked me to stop at 360, so I stop here. So can you see, for this case, the important part is the graph is shifted up by 3 units. The graph is shifted up by 3 units because of the plus 3. The entire graph shifted up by 3 units. Okay? So how is this number 2 useful? Or how do you show this number 2? The only way to show that this number 2, the significance of this number 2 is this. Recall that tangent 45 is 1. Okay, remember, we memorize the table, or maybe you can just press your calculator. Tangent 45 is 1, right? So let's mark down 45 degree. If tangent 45 is 1, then 2 times of tangent 45 is 2. 2 times of tangent 45 plus 3 will be 5. So at 45 degree, what happened? The y value is 5. Okay, if you want to show the significance of the number 2, you can do this. 45 degree, the y value is 5. Alright? Okay, I will stop here.